wrecked.
Let's watch it. I don't know if Kurt got into the back of Tony or not. Let's wait till we get around here and see. Tony's car just Tony hit the apron. He got down on the apron. He got a little bit loose. Kurt was all over the back of him, and there he goes.
Tony's dropped the window net on his car. That's a signal to safety workers that he is okay. Watch the yellow line.
Yeah, watch the left front tire. Gets it on the apron just a little bit. You see the car wiggle, and he gets loose. He's got to probably lift out of the throttle a tad. And here comes Kurt. Cannot get off of him. They make contact.
And then once Tony gets sideways, nowhere for Kurt Busch and the two to go.
What a shame.
You're doing 185 miles an hour, Darrell. The car in front of you suddenly loses several miles an hour of momentum. Was there anything Kurt Busch could do to avoid Stewart?
No, you could see he was trying to get down. He was trying to get underneath Tony to get away from him. It wasn't possible. He did everything he could do.
And remember, they had fresh tires.
A four-car jam session that we've been watching for a lap or two has ended up with Kurt Busch in the wall. In the number 2, he was racing with Tony Stewart, Greg Biffle, and younger brother Kyle.
That was predictable. I mean, these guys were not cutting each other any slack, and they'd been doing it for a number of laps, and it was going to happen sooner or later.
This was coming off turn 4.
Now, Tony had already passed Kurt a couple of times, and he passed him back, and this time he just didn't. Kurt tried to come up in front of Tony, and he said, we're not having any part of that.
Yeah, there was not a lot of give and take right there.
Not at all.
Denny Hamlin in the midst of that as well. Isn't this about the third time, at least the third time this year, that those two cars, beginning at the Daytona 500, have crashed together?
Here they are racing each other pretty hard, and you see Biff run in there and bump the back of Kurt. Now Kurt gets a run underneath Tony Stewart here, and he thinks he's probably got him cleared, or at least he needs some room up. Ain't gonna happen.
As they're looking at the damage to Stewart's car, Kurt comes up to offer his opinion.
And guess what they got in the 2 car? Parked
for the day.
Meet me at the Oval Office.
And here's what happened in Budweiser shootout practice.
This is practice, Johnny. The 2 and 20. Once again, man, who's at fault? I don't know. I just think that was more racing, not giving and taking. The 2 car and the 20 car. Give me a break, guys. It's practice. Kurt moves up. Yes, but Tony could lift a little bit here. You know what I'm getting at, Kenny? I mean, let's face it. There was no give and take in that.
It reminds me of Allen Iverson, the basketball player. It's practice.
Kenny, this is where he's wrong. Look at this. Once again, bam. Come on, we're aiming on pit road. The cars are under caution. Kurt Busch, you are wrong for doing that. You cannot do that, Kenny.
Well, one thing I have to say, before anybody throughout the United States tries to separate these two, they are both champions. They both have great car control. But most importantly, they both are the same-minded people. They're both brutally in control of their careers. They know what they're going to do. And I'm going to tell you what, I've seen Tony Stewart do the same thing. But yet, you get him one-on-one at a dirt track at Eldora. These two guys were best friends last year. You get both of them one-on-one in the RV lot, and they're the nicest people. And I'm going to tell you what, Spence, they are the same people. Look at these guys. They're like boxers. They're in the ring, and they battle royale every year.
And Kenny, this is where I think if you watch.
Let's see what happens here.
Took Stewart out of the groove.
Yeah, he got up underneath him, pushed him up the hill, and when he did, everybody went by.
Cost him 4 or 5 spots there. Now here's Kenseth. Tony Stewart getting up and against Kurt Busch.
A lot of emotion here, a lot of temper, a lot of emotion.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of aggression.
This is typical Richmond.
Yep.
This little deal here, it's not over just yet.
Opinions expressed out on the racetrack carried over here in the garage. And Kurt, your conversation between yourself and Tony Stewart, what took place?
We'll get to that in a minute. I mean, for us, this was a solid run with our Furniture Row car. We were there.